So then, E3 2018 has come and gone, and I gotta say this year showcased a pretty incredible lineup of games, including a gorgeous new Halo trailer that looked more like a David Attenborough wildlife documentary than anything else. Until that is, the camera pulls back to reveal none other than my boy Master Chief clutching that iconic helmet, and then Marty O'Donnell's spine-tingling soundtrack kicks in, and it's her rap, baby. Is this an open world take on the original Combat Evolved? That was certainly my first impression, and if so, count me in. 343 Industries admitted this new Halo game is a long way from completion, but this trailer showcases its new Slip Space engine and a new direction it's taking with Halo Infinite. Can 343 finally capture that elusive Halo magic that Bungie created way back in 2001 with Combat Evolved? God, I hope so. But I digress. We're here to talk about Forsaken, and your boy MoreConsole has got a hell of a lot to say. I got some hands-on time with new game mode Gambit. I used the new exotic bow Trinity Ghoul, and I gotta say, I absolutely adore this thing. I unleashed some of Forsaken's new supers, including the Titan's Thunder Crash, which turns you into a guided arc missile, and yes, it's as fun as it sounds. And I even played the first story mission of the Forsaken campaign and heard Cade's last words before Prince Aldrin split his head in two with a point-blank bullet. Yes, Cade is actually dead, like for real, he ain't coming back. And we're gonna talk about all this plus a ridiculous amount of new info. So you know the drill, let's effing well do this. Okay then, so let's start with Gambit, a brand new game mode that Bungie was very keen to let us play at this year's E3, and rightly so. Quite simply, Gambit is a hell of a lot of fun, and the rules are pretty simple. 2 teams of 4 in separate arenas. You need to kill PvE enemies and collect their motes, which you then need to deposit in a special bank on the map. Deposit 75 motes and you summon a huge boss called the Primeval. If your team is the first to take down this boss, you win. But before you summon the Primeval, you can get up to some sneaky little shenanigans that will slow down your opposition's progress and help you pull ahead. Now, depositing between 5 and 15 motes of light will send a PvE enemy that blocks the opposing team's bank, so they can't deposit their own motes until they kill it. And for every 25 motes of light you deposit, a portal will open that allows one member of your team to enter and invade the opposing team's arena, where you can cause havoc by, well, killing them. So yeah, a combination of PvE and PvP. Here's a summary of how it all works.
This little game you're about to play, I call Gambit. Your fire team's gonna compete with another gang of Guardians to see which of you is better at hunting all the enemies of humanity. Alright. Let's see what we've got. Fallen.
This is Gambit, an all-new hybrid game mode for Destiny 2 Forsaken. It's team PvE with some PvP. Fight, collect, bank, invade.
Perfect.
2 teams of 4 in separate arenas. First to kill the boss wins. But you don't fight each other. Not yet. You fight these guys, and that thing. Kill enemies, grab the motes they drop, and bank them to score. Deposit enough at once, and you'll send the other team a blocker, a beast to slow down their progress.
That'll take them a while to chew.
And every 25 motes your team racks up, well, you don't send the beast. You are the beast. Buffed and unleashed on the enemy team with one goal: disruption.
One more in the grave. 3 down.
Pick your targets wisely, because when a Guardian dies, their motes die with them. Now, once your team has enough motes banked, you'll face the big boss, a Primeval.
You summoned a Primeval. Kill it, and the win is yours.
Burn him down. But look alive, because he won't be alone. A Guardian from the other team can keep invading through the final fight. Stick together to wreck the enemy faster, or send a Guardian to bomb the other side. Throughout a match, that's your gamble. And it can reap killer rewards. Fight, collect, bank, invade. Dominate the enemies. Deny your opponent. Destroy the Primeval. This is Gambit. Woo!
Now, here are some interesting facts that will help you out while invading. During an invasion, power matters. The higher your power, the deadlier you become. You'll dish out more damage and be harder to kill. Now, Forsaken's new power cap is 600, but power isn't the only thing that will help you out. Invaders only have 30 seconds to wreak havoc in the opposition's arena. Now, the timing of your invasion, where you spawn in having entered the portal, the position of the enemy team, and of course your own skill will also play a factor in how effective you are during an invasion. But what about that sweet, precious loot? Well, I'm glad you asked. Gambit has a whole new armor set for each Guardian class, new weapons to earn, some of which are pretty damn good, and a unique exotic hand cannon, all of which are tied directly to the new Gambit game mode. Now, this is the new Gambit rocket launcher Snake Eyes, and according to Bungie, it's one of the best rocket launchers in the game. The fact that this thing has tracking missiles may have something to do with that, and here it is in action, courtesy of my pal Bythe.
That should keep your enemy busy. Let's see more moats. Seconds left. Guardian down. 2 for 1. They got you. I'm bringing you back.
As for the unique Gambit exotic, well, here it is, a tasty looking exotic hand cannon that many people are comparing to Thorn. Now, when I spoke to some Bungie devs after my hands-on time with Gambit, I was told that this exotic could only be earned through playing this new game mode. Unsurprisingly, they didn't divulge specific details, even though I pleaded for them to do so. Bungle, help a brother out, I've got kids to feed. I don't have kids to feed, but if I did, Bungo, you're starving my fake kids to death, you bastards. But they did tease this exotic during their Gambit trailer, and as you can see, it's shrouded in this kind of inky black smog. It's evil, I tells ya, it's evil. Now, people are comparing this to Thorn because, well, it kind of looks like it, and it shoots these shard-like projectiles that stick into your enemies. You can see this Cabal soldier was on the receiving end of a headshot. Good. Now, Gambit has 4 maps, one of which is the Emerald Coast in the European Dead Zone. There are 3 enemy races per map, with 3 variations of each enemy race, giving a total of 36 different Gambit experiences. Honestly, I love this game mode, and I cannot wait to get stuck in again. I honestly think you guys are gonna love it too. Now, while playing Gambit, I got to experience 3 of the 9 new supers. Let's have a look at them in action. First up, the new Void Hunter super Spectral Blades. Now, upon activation, you're invisible until you attack, and get this, you can see through walls. So yeah, rip pretty much everyone. Here's a Spectral Blades montage.
Guardian down. That Primeval's compromised. Hit it with everything you've got. 2 for 1.
Guardian down.
You're in the lead. Take down that Primeval, and this Gambit's yours. 2 down. 10 seconds left.
Guardian down.
Come back with a bigger gun. Got enough to pull a Primeval. Thank those moats. Thank, and you'll summon a Primeval. You want to win? That's how. Hostiles at the trees. Target is down! Take out those Guardians!
Guardians down! Guardian down!
10 seconds! That's 1! 2 down!
Guardian down.
Your allies invading the other side. Yeah! Hey, you didn't start that fight. You finished. wake up pissed today or something? I like it. That'll keep him busy. High-value target is on the field. Hunt it down. Hey, did you wake up pissed today or something? I like it. Sometimes I forget we killed a god or two.
Next up, we have the new Arc Titan Super Thunderclash, which turns your Guardian into a guided arc missile. Yes, you can maneuver this thing mid-air and target specific enemies around you. Here's a cheeky montage. Now, the audio for this gameplay was for some reason super low, so I've replaced it with music. Enjoy. And finally, we have the new Solar Warlock Super Well of Radiance. Now, this creates a huge rift, and anyone standing inside gains a health and damage buff. Now, interestingly, this super can also be used offensively. When you slam your sword into the ground to activate the super, nearby enemies are damaged and pushed back. Check out this montage.
That primeval's compromised. Hit it with everything you've got.
Guardian down.
Ascendant portal is prime. Lock and load. Watch your back. Invader incoming.
Next up, we simply have to talk about the new exotic bow Trinity Ghoul, and in particular, the second perk. Precision kills grant the next shot chain lightning capabilities. It's a beast. Now, if I'm honest, when I first saw this thing, I was a little skeptical. It just looked gimmicky. How on earth would it compete against, you know, actual guns? But having used nothing but this weapon in Forsaken's first story mission, I can happily say that boy was I wrong. I absolutely adore this weapon. If you were worried about its power, fret not. The bow is the highest damaging primary weapon in the game, and in PvP, it's currently a 2-shot kill. Now, here's what I personally liked about the exotic Trinity Ghoul bow. Once you get used to the bow's unique rhythm, draw, aim, fire, and you manage to hit consecutive crit kills, you can clear out mobs of enemies super efficiently. Remember, crit kills grant the next shot chain lightning capabilities. In other words, if you fire one of these shots into a group of enemies, they all take damage. So once you're in the zone and you're chaining crit kills, you feel like a god as mobs of enemies disintegrate before your mighty bow. Now, this weapon takes time to master, but it's worth the investment. Unlike Destiny's guns, there's no clunky reload animation, so you can fire off arrows in pretty quick succession. Having said that, to fire an arrow at max power, you'll need to fully draw the bow back, which takes a little getting used to. But like I said, once you find your rhythm, you'll feel like Robin Hood on steroids. And as you'd expect, different bows have different perks. While Trinity Ghoul grants chain lightning abilities, other bows have delayed explosive arrowheads. So in PvP, you could shoot the ground or the wall, wait for an unsuspecting guardian to turn the corner, and then hit him with another shot as his taking damage from the initial explosive arrow, so yeah, the potential for lols is definitely there. Bungie has spent a lot of time creating a new weapon archetype that's gonna change how many Guardians play in both PvP and PvE. Okay, so let's now talk about my hands-on with Forsaken's first campaign mission, which takes place inside the Prison of Elders. The scum and villainy locked away here are running riot after a mysterious figure triggers a jailbreak. So it's down to you and Cade to quash this uprising. Basically, you gotta kill everything. Now, like I said, I used the bow throughout this entire mission, and it was an absolute blast. And yes, Cade plays his role too, helping you navigate the burning prison in his own unique way. You know, hitching a ride on a fallen shank, stabbing Cabal's soldiers in the neck, all while busting out his unique brand of sarcastic humour. Cade is back, but not for long. And it's kinda sad, because while you know what's coming next, poor old Cade has no idea. Now that's called dramatic irony, and it definitely adds an interesting layer of emotion to this opening mission. Now the mission ends with, in my opinion, the most interesting, emotionally charged and badass cutscene in the entire Destiny franchise. Cade is lying battered and broken on the floor. Standing over him is Prince Uldren, who is just an utter bastard, and he plays his villainous role beautifully, because you know, you just want to go after this douchebag. So Uldren, while pointing a gun point blank in Cade's face, asks, "Any last words?" To which Cade replies, "How's your sister?" Now I had to stifle a mini cheer when I heard this, because I was in a room full of other people who were also playing this mission, but if I was at home I would have been like, hell yes bitch. Anyway, Uldren takes his time, lines up his shot, and sends Cade to robot heaven. It's a genuinely great little scene and a clear message from Bungie. You want a darker storyline? You got it, Sonny Milado, old Jim Bob Siree. So yeah, Cade is dead and he ain't coming back. He's gone for good, which has left many players wondering who's gonna replace him, how are you gonna cash in your weekly Flashpoint milestone, and who's gonna sell your treasure maps. Well, Cade is being removed from the tower altogether because, you know, he's dead. We've already established that, so it's not gonna be him. In fact, Bungie said the tower will change to show that he's not there. Cade's death is gonna have far-reaching consequences. What happens with a Vanguard? How will Ikora and Zavala react? All this will unfold as part of Forsaken's story. So okay, Cade is gone, but look who's returning. Petra Venj, who according to Bungie, plays an integral part of the story. And look who else is returning. Variks, dismantle mines, yes? Well, no actually. Bungie teased that Variks' return is probably not what you expect, whatever that means. As for the Queen of the Reef, well, Bungie gave this cheeky answer when asked if she's also returning. As far as the Queen goes, we don't like to get involved in that family's affairs. The last person we know who did that was shot, so we're staying out of anything to do with the Queen's family. So there you have it, chill Bungie. As for Prince Uldren, well, we know he kills Cade, but is also responsible for the escape of the 8 barons you see here, and yes, you'll need to hunt them all down. Now, Uldren believes that he's doing the right thing, something noble. He has larger goals than simply killing Cade. Now, throughout the campaign's cutscenes, you'll discover what he's been up to, where he's been, and perhaps most importantly, the motivations that drive his behaviour. Now, interestingly, the raid is directly connected to Prince Uldren and the story that unfolds during Forsaken. According to Bungie, the raid is the ultimate culmination of everything you learn in the campaign. Now, the raid takes place in the Dreaming City, an awoken homeland packed with secrets. Here's what Bungie had to say about the raid. It's totally thematically tied to the story and an evolution of the story, but it's not part of the campaign. If you're a solo player, you can still land in the Dreaming City and explore all around it. There are unique activities, public events, and secrets that if you're determined and powerful enough, you can explore and unlock. We're not afraid to put things in front of the player that at first they can't do, but that eventually they'll figure out. For people that are not able to do raids, this destination is still going to feel like the end game activity for them. So yeah, this is great news for solo players who don't raid. The Dreaming City will still provide a challenging endgame experience for you to enjoy. Think of this new location as the endgame destination for all players, raiders and lone wolves alike. Now, Bungie has gone on record to say that Forsaken is the largest expansion the studio has ever delivered, bigger than the Taken King. There's 2 destinations worth of stuff to explore, the Tangled Shore and the Dreaming City, which as we've just discussed is Bungie's first ever totally endgame destination with secrets to discover for days, weeks and potentially months. Now guys, believe it or not, this video was going to be even longer than it already is, but at over 20 minutes I thought, chill fam, probably best to make another video. So yeah, in my next video I'm going to talk about Destiny's new milestones, the kind of content you can expect in the annual pass, Zombie Fallen, random roles, the new weapon slot system, a non-linear campaign and a whole heap more. Trust me, if you enjoyed this video, you're gonna love the next one. Now when that video's ready, you can click here to watch it. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a thumbs up as this lets me know you like these long ass videos. And here's a tip to all you dedicated viewers who've made it this far in the video. I'll also be giving away a super rare Forsaken emblem in my next video. So yeah, subscribing and turning on notifications may give you a better chance of getting it. Thanks for watching, and as always, ha-tee-hee-hee. Until next time, Guardians.